I think there's some statistics that are generally accepted now, and that is that most intentional change management processes don't work. John Kotter would tell us that it's because there's a lack of change leadership around the change and too much management. In fact, his own 8-step process, one of the most used and quoted models for managing change, is fundamental in so many industries in which we work. And people take this 8-step process as if it was a recipe. If I do this, if I do the create, if I do the build, if I do the format, if I do the forming, if I do the enlisting of all the right people, right through all 8 steps, then I'll get good change. It never happens that way. Change is messy. And it's messy because, in part, we don't acknowledge the very fundamental essence of organisations. As Ralph Stacey from the University of Bedfordshire would have us believe, organisations are spaces for many complex, interacting and responsive processes, none of which can be managed by a simple, ordered recipe for change. Kotter's work is fantastic if you live in an ordered world that can be controlled. But there's so much that goes on in change processes that can't be ordered and can't be controlled. So you need a different set of models for thinking about this. You need a different way to approach change, a different mental framework to understand what the task of leading change is about. And in that process, in that mindset then, you have to look to different places. One of the most fertile places to look is the whole field of complex adaptive systems theory as it applies to organisations. Some people like Meg Wheatley call it living systems theory or self-organising systems theory. Whatever name you give it, there's a body of knowledge out there that will help us understand change and its messiness and its unpredictableness in far better ways than imagining it can be managed through some 8-step recipe or process, which is the way, unfortunately, most of the clients that we work with seem to treat Kotter's model of change. It just doesn't work that way.